talents here at IDM. Vogel, Van Berkel here, 17 years old and playing a match with Mika Immonen must feel Zinedine Zidane was called.
No, that's Zizou.
Okay.
This is Sisu with an
okay.
S. Yeah, and it means like fight it, you know, like go do it. Come on, Mika, you know, Mika, you've got this. So yeah, to Mika we say Sisu, and to Van Berkel, come on, kid.
Good luck.
Grab that nickname. People want to start referring at you when they say Mika. They want the future of this name, and you might just have the chance to grab it and live with it and have it for a long time.
One ball potted, not a shot on the 2. Not sure if he can squeeze between 6 and 7. Yeah, he's gonna play a push out. Yep, Mika gave Immonen the edge on this 2. On this push out. Yep, so last match on the TV table. Tomorrow we're gonna play the last 16. Mika just refused the push out Van Berkel gave. The 17-year-old looking to maybe put the 2 where the 4 is and go 1 or 2 rails. Oh wow, he missed that completely. No touch on the 2, so it's gonna be ball in hand for Immonen.
Yeah, so I documented enough. Yeah, so we can see. Ooh, I think he wanted to put the cue ball behind the 4, right? Over there?
Yeah, but still the 9 ball pretty big to also take into consideration.
Are you calling the 9 ball? I called the 9 ball. Don't you know?
Oh, yeah, you called the golden break?
No.
Or what do you mean?
I was about to. I wanted to keep this for a long time, but I did call the 9 ball. I called the 9 ball. Don't you remember the Mika's game with Jeffrey DeLuna in the U.S. and the States?
Okay.
They were playing 10 ball, and Mika was like, "I called the 9 ball. I called the 9 ball."
Okay, I remember that. Okay,
So,
good one.
are you calling the 9 ball?
Yeah.
I called the 9 ball. Yeah.
That was
tricky moment.
Yeah,
it was a tricky moment in the pool world. Sure. Tricky moment in the pool world. But interesting, at least. Good question. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty nice spreading of the balls. The 5 and 8 were not in very good position, so Mika able to unlock it.
Yep, Mika will win 100%.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's gonna be short on this one. Maybe he just wanted to drop on the right side, on the left side, and playing on the right side, but
I saw that live, it was crazy. Yeah, I saw it too.
yeah.
I called the 9 ball. Yeah, a bit of a temperament, but yeah, he's fighting, he's there. Such a pleasure to have him with us. He's the first guy I've ever made a picture with.
Yeah.
Out of the pool world. Yeah, I was 14. And in Constanza he won that year.
Oh, I remember that
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
I
the
do.
Black Sea Cup. He
Yeah.
won. It was two really big names. It was him and it was Mr. Corrieri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember on that edition there was this, you know, basically
Lottery.
a lottery, exactly.
Yeah.
There was a lottery to win a cue
A giveaway,
stick.
sorry.
Yeah, a cue stick and a phone, and the rule was that you have to be in the pool hall if it calls your name.
Oh yeah, and you
to win.
weren't, I think.
And he weren't. Mika wasn't in the
Mika
room,
was
and
not.
I won the phone.
And you won. Oh yeah. Mika won it first, and then because he wasn't there,
Yeah.
we had to redraw that, and he didn't want it, and you won it. Oh my God, that's
Exactly, but
such a crazy memory.
But you know what's funny? The next year, I won like something, free ticket and to a competition in Chisinau in Republica Moldova,
Yeah.
and he called my name, but I wasn't in the room this time.
Oh my God,
But
that's
I
so
wouldn't-
sick.
Probably
It's
I wouldn't
sick.
have gone.
It's sick.
But
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
the
yeah.
idea,
So that's why they say give with one hand and take with two.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the match. So we've had a bit of a cluster in this game, the beginning of the set. So we have a race to 11. Yeah, so in this kind of match, you would like to preserve energy a bit more. So
Yeah, longer race for 211.
yep. So right now we're watching Hall of Famer at work, they say.
Yeah, for sure.
He's really...
He's a lock. Is he already? Like, he's a Hall of Fame call already? or-
Yeah.
I mean,
He's like 51,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think.
yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, he's 51.
50
I checked
plus, I think.
I
yeah.
checked,
51, yeah.
a few days ago.
Yeah,
I was curious.
he's I mean, him and Fayen, like the way they defined. I think they are a major players in the European how do you say it, domination of the last few years, because him, Suke, Fayen, they've brought this athletic mentality and
Hochman
and
that
Hochman as
generation.
well. Yes, Torsten player's mind, and the way they train and the way they
the different mentality that European players. It all started with Mika and these guys for sure.
Mika,
For the
yeah,
European
and
culture, right?
and I remember like 2006, the Mosconi, like how hard was for him when he missed that bank, if you remember, the winning bank, and then Europe lost that Mosconi,
Yeah,
and
I
then
do remember.
the next couple of years he potted and enjoyed the winning nine ball. Also, I remember him arguing with Earl a little bit. He had his thing against Earl.
I think I saw that there's a clip of 30
yeah,
minutes
yeah,
on
when
YouTube.
he's
It's a
fisting,
compilation.
Yeah, it's a fist. He's fisting like fist pumping
Yep.
Earl, but not aggressing him, like just the winning fist.
I
throwing
think
it
that
to him.
30-minute clip is just from one Mosconi Cup.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
And I think it's just with the two of them. Yeah, like I'm sure that you can like full like
Yeah, what a legend Earl is.
feel the video just with the two of them. But yeah, amazing rivalry.
Yeah.
Clearly one of the guys that defined the sport, the values that they have now, the way the Europe team is shaped, the mentality of a sport, of an athletic
For
approach. Those two guys, even at 50 plus years, they just like they run I don't know, 50 Ks, 5 Ks, 20 Ks, whatever. I don't know what amounts are at the running the marathons and stuff, but like look at the shape, man. Like 50 plus
Basically,
years.
all the new European generations are basically living on the shoulders of.
Yeah, and they
these
have
guys.
I mean most of them, I think they have an idea about that, but like
They don't really maybe think about it.
yeah,
that much,
the amount of respect maybe
Yeah.
should be a bit bigger for them, because they've that one wiped its feet.
Yeah, Gonna
So,
draw for
what
the
do you
ninth
think
here.
the approach would be? Do you go full power, then
think
relax
he's
a
gonna draw.
bit, and then again full power, or do you like go medium pace all the time and like try to
On this shot, on this type of shot?
no on the race to 11 like Van Berkel against Immonen because
Yeah.
Immonen wants to like maybe win the tournament. I mean, of course, Van Berkel wants to win also the tournament.
Yeah,
but
and you know-
what kind of resources that Van Berkel have? It's different from the resources of Immonen.
Yeah.
You know, so
Obviously.
you need to take that into consideration. I was thinking like, what's the best approach? Would you go all in like a race to 5? You know, race to 5, you attack everything. You want to go.
No,
it's like
I wouldn't.
you focus.
If
A
I'm-
race to
if I'm
11,
Van
it's
Berkel, I
it's-
wouldn't. I would try to make it as hard as possible. Play safety shots when you know percentages are not really. I will actually go for efficiency more. Maybe force Mika to risk more. You know, if I'm the youngster. But if I'm Mika, I'm probably gonna try to be aggressive. You know?
Which Mika?
Sorry, yeah, Immonen.
Immonen.
If I'm Immonen, I would try to be aggressive. Start off the match.
So put pressure from the beginning
Exactly.
on the
Start
guy.
off the match
okay,
well
okay.
as a favorite.
But
you
the thing
know?
is, if you start to lose the you know the
Energy?
match, if the match like starts to slip away from your hand, you miss a couple of balls.
As the Mika Immonen, right?
Yeah, the thing is, Van Berkel being 18, he might have the energy and like. When you're 18,
Sure.
you feel confidence a bit different, you know.
Sure.
Like you feel that your opponent missed a couple of balls.
I
He's
do
Mika
like,
Immonen, the guy that misses, you know. So
Yeah.
whenever you feel that you have a chance, you're gonna be okay. This is my chance. And at 18, you feel no fear. So
you don't have trauma yet. You don't
yeah,
have trauma
yeah, that
yet.
kind of thing. Yeah, sure. So the thing is, like, would you really want to be like 7-1, 7-2 up, and then have this guy 7-all or 8-7 because you're gonna make him the matches of his life, so he's gonna focus. So maybe it's a bit better to keep him a bit close, you know, like.
I
not-
do like how Immonen started this match. I feel like his stroke is pretty in shape
Oh man,
right
the
now.
guy is having this
No, I
stroke
mean
like
compared
forever.
to maybe like.
I mean, he even
one or two of the earlier matches.
Trust me,
you know?
he forgot how a bad stroke is. It's that much amount of training and of respect to the
He's
game
looking
and
confident right
the
now in this
profession-
match. You know,
the
he's looking pretty good.
professionalism that he's showed time and time again. Amazing.
Let's see this shot. This is gonna, yeah, nice.
Wow.
He did play a couple of pretty tough shots actually in this frame, Mika. This is gonna be a pretty
I
nice
think-
clearance.
Is it a good angle?
Yeah,
Does it go?
just
Does it
use-
get away from him? I don't
Nah,
think
I
so.
think
It's
he's
good,
gonna
right?
Use
Just
yeah.
keep it there. Oh, as
thought
I
he-
said,
Yeah, but this is a pretty.
But
good
he
shot.
had a bit of a stiff arm over there. Maybe let the cue ball just,
He's
you know.
fine.
Let's see. Yep. And the cue ball,
He's fine.
I think
But,
he used the force there with the mind. I
The
saw
ice,
the
man
hand.
powers.
You saw the hand, how he manipulated the cue ball. He said, "No, you're not gonna
So
go in this time."
He's gonna travel a
Fully
bit
power.
here. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a
Oh, I
shot.
think it's too hard.
Nah. Oh yeah.
I think it's a bit
you're
too
right.
hard. Yeah. So what do you do here? You think you can go 3 times across the table, or you just kill it with a lot of left
Yeah.
spin?
I'll go with a lot of left, but he opted with the.
Wow, with a bit of draw as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Perfect.
He made it look so easy, man. And look at the position
He's
to the 9.
very,
Look at the position to the
I
9.
mean, he looks in very good form,
Wow.
like he's in the zone.
Like 6-pack, 5-pack. Okay, maybe not a 5-6 packs.
On these tables with smaller pockets, yeah, a bit more rare, but
Yeah.
still, we've watched Filler do it a couple of times.
Yeah.
3-4x.
And I think Van Boening at the 10 ball with the
He's-
breaks,
I think Van Boening is probably
the best
the
front
best
runner.
front runner with winner
I
breaks.
think,
you know?
yeah, I think he's when he gets there, he
Mhm.
enjoys the game that so much.
Or at least, you know, since 2010 until 2020, for sure.
You know who we
you know?
forgot, and I actually admire in this discussion that we talk about the 840
Best, yeah.
Fargo, yeah, the best of the best, and he's like a really
Carlo Biado.
no, he's a really good. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
bit of a miss
He's
with a bit of
gonna-
a roll over there.
Yeah, he's
So
gonna
we
get
have
it.
our first roll. And our first look at Mika van Berkel on these conditions. Let's see, what do you do here? Do you go, I mean, you're kind of obligated to go 2 cushions at it, right?
Yeah.
And I think, could you do the drawing thing?
You think we can do?
Let's see. And I think, why is he going that way? Why would he go that way? What do? You use the 3 and the 4, but the thing is, if you avoid the 3, oh, yeah. Oh, he want to cross it? Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't really sure that was the way to go. I think you could have played it on the other side and pushed the 2 towards the 7-5 area with the cue ball leaving underneath the 9, or the cue ball using the 5 as a cover. So, yeah, maybe just a bit lack of concentration. Also, either way you choose to go, rule number 1. Hit the ball.
For sure.
Yeah, so whenever you choose, whatever you choose, you gotta hit the ball.
So Mika on a pretty good start here in this match. He's looking to go 4-0 up. Expected a bit of a closer match. So far, it's been all Mika.
Did he play a cushion first shot?
Yeah, he did. He's in the zone, like I said.
Zero
this match. I
Fs
felt
given.
him in second frame, like his stroke is just no fear in the stroke.
He's like,
no
okay,
tension.
I come on, give me a miss, make this here. He won the 8 ball.
Yeah. He definitely had one of the best looking styles.
Oh my
if you
god,
ask me,
that's
right?
such a
He
natural
was
gifted.
left-handed.
Left-handed, natural
Yeah.
gifted. I saw him, I think, in the Spanish Open. Oh, that's a bad break from Mika. He lost the cue ball, and now, oh my god, he acts like he lost the match. Yeah, typically. But yeah, so Vucaching, I think he moved to a carbon shaft, and I think he lost that whole. He still has one of the most beautiful strokes I've ever seen, and he's one of the most genius guys
think,
when it comes to safety shots and to angles. I've seen some shots from him, like 4 or 5 cushions to play a safety, and like incredible.
You think the carbon shafts are just not favoring his finesse play style?
I think he didn't got used to it because I really saw from his stroke and everything that he's using that kind of deflection into his own ability. And my friend, like he shot some long shots.
So first serious chance for the teenager to put his first rack on the board. He's gonna go rail first here, or
Nah, just gonna leave it at the
no?
middle.
He did. He did go rail first. What a shot!
Wow, and he missed the 5.
Perfect shot.
Yeah. So he just has to miss the 8, right? Not. Yeah. Check to the cue ball.
Yeah, a bit of left spin. He's in good shape to win his first frame here.
Just make sure you get away with the cue ball from that cushion just enough to have a good angle at the 7 ball.
Connecting the dots right now.
Yep. Good.
So guys here asking who the best jumper is, and first both guys said Fedor.
Yeah.
I cannot disagree much.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Also, Ko, I think, is really good. Yeah, and also
True.
I saw really nice jumps from Aloysius Yap.
Yeah, I think
Aloysius Yap at the matchroom tournaments. I saw him jump like some straight long shots with draw on the whole table. Man, that's a hard thing to do.
For sure, I remarked that as well about him.
he had that double jump shot cue, you know, because he had both
I know the shot.
tips. He had the cue had two tips at both ends, and one was used for close jumps and one was used
That's
for
one
long
of
jumps.
the most iconic shots in
Yeah.
the deck.
And next
that
year,
decade.
listen to the story. Next year, I come. Niels fan comes to Romania and plays a tournament, and asks Niels, "Hey Niels, what do you think about that jump? Like unbelievable, man, right?" And then Niels stops of what he's doing. He's like, "Man, Nikki is the worst jumper in the history of jumping. I don't know how he pulled that off. It's like the one time in his life I was praying not to play a jump shot over there, and then he played it. I erupted, and I was like, you're shitting me, right?" And he was like, "No, man, 10 out of 10. He would jump straight off the table and everything, and then he pulled that shot." So
didn't knew
imagine one of the most iconic shots, almost a fluke, you know,
Yeah.
being almost a
Not
fluke.
coming from a
Amazing,
good jumper, right?
amazing, yeah.
Yeah, pretty good story for sure. I do. Like almost every pool players know that jump shot, knows that jump shot.
Oh my god.
I still remember even what happened before and how he got to
They
that.
snookered themselves, I think.
Vandenberg actually, I think
Played a bit
he
of
misplaced some positional
some
shot
position,
and
yeah,
had
and
to
then
force
Niels
it.
came, and then
Had
again,
to force it or
yeah.
something.
Yeah, I remember. Interesting years.
So
Those were the years in which equipment changed the phase of pool. You know, you remember that they started to play a little bit with the balls, with the tips. They
with the
invented some
pockets.
stuff. Then with the pockets, yeah, they've
I
changed a
kinda
bit of
came at the
tables.
transition of that, probably. you
Yeah,
too. Probably
both
you
of us,
too.
both of us did. Yeah. Interesting period of pool. Let's see. Nice, and I
This is a
think
safety,
this is
yeah.
gonna be a safety, like 100%. Maybe even try to pocket it now. Yeah.
I don't think it went, but even if it went, maybe
Yeah.
he would. But yeah.
Like play it a bit harder, you know. But what if you leave it at the, you know, at the on top of the pocket? So maybe just leave it in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Very hard to hit this ball.
Oh yeah.
I
this
think
is
he
gonna
took
be-
away the one cushion escape, so
This is gonna be needing some
need-
GPS.
yeah. Put the Waze on it, my friend. The Vio technology. Let's see, 2 cushions, maybe pocket it, you think? Boom. Very
Yeah.
close.
He did miss a couple of.
Yeah.
You know, didn't found the ball
In this situation in which Mr. van Berkel was found, Efren Reyes says to play a soft kick. So you softly push the purple onto
soft
the cushion.
medium, right?
Yeah, as in you do not hit it, hopefully to bring the purple down and leave the white up and stuff like that. You just try to hit it and choose an intensity so that you will put the purple 4, the purple
Basically,
5. Sorry guys, I'm still.
I do like that those kick shot principle. I actually am a big fan of kicking
Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
And,
You buy some time, you know.
I try to find the pace.
Put
that
pressure on the opponent.
No matter what side of the ball I hit, almost like no matter what.
You still
side,
have a good.
at that pace, it
yeah,
can only
yeah.
happen good things.
But
you know?
those moments and those situations are a bit more rare than they are often, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, they. Wow. So Mika opted to go that way.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot where he stands in that corner pocket for the brown 7. Oh,
Look at
that's
this.
what he wanted, but he drew it too much,
Yeah,
right?
but why would you do that? I mean, he's such
He
a
wanted
fan.
to be closer.
Yeah, he's a fan of punching the ball instead of just
Yeah.
letting the cue ball just come a bit from the.
This, you know, old school with different. Yeah, what a shot! Wow.
He just got that. Almost missed it. Imagine missing and then leaving the cue ball over there. You think he got that in mind?
I wouldn't discount it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Discard. So 5-1, guys, and we're no surprise there.
Yeah, let's see Immonen in the breaking.
Oh, what happened with the 9-ball? I think it was maybe a bit.
I wasn't following that much the 9. I was eyeing the 1 and then
I think
the
they
2 ball.
weren't that much. They weren't that glued.
You think you say it started moving right from the
Yeah,
start?
yeah. It's the
Mhm.
type of break in which you pretty much know that the bottom balls are not that stick, you know, because
Yeah.
the 9 ball moved without it being hit by another ball.
But look at the layout on this break.
Yeah,
Like
it's.
practice type.
I don't think it's practice, but it's really enjoyable
You
by
know.
Mr. Immonen. He likes this type of layout, just
Of
with
course. Wouldn't
clean,
you?
paths, paths.
I
You know,
think the 6, yeah, it's not
6-9.
the
You think?
easiest
I think
table.
he has any type of angle at the 5.
Yeah, he's gonna try to
Ooh.
play the 6 in the right side, of course.
Yeah, but which side do you go now
Yeah.
with the 5?
Indeed.
Tell me, where do you
Indeed.
pocket it? You try to
Oh yeah.
to keep it there.
He's
You
gonna play at the tougher pot, just to hold position. Yeah.
and guess what?
What a play.
You think he got there?
Yeah, for sure. I think he might need to
He-
use the rake
yeah,
or the left hand.
or the left hand, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
showing
Mr.
us
Mika,
showing us some athleticism.
Mr. Mika, and the fitness skills.
I think he's playing very well, pretty well on this match. I do like his chances, and as soon as I said that, he did scramble a bit on this positional shot. Wow, he just missed the 8 ball, man. Ooh. Yeah, what a mistake from Mika.
So we're in the situation that I described right now. Yeah, let's see what happens. Even
Yeah.
though 5 is pretty small. Oh, interesting.
5-2 for Mika Immonen. And yeah, so it's pretty good, but pretty tough shot here on this 3, especially trying to hold position for the 4. Maybe going 2 rails with some left hand spin.
Okay. Nice shot. No.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So maybe
Some
maybe
drama.
five was a good number, you know. I'm thinking that maybe if it was like 7 or 8, then there was maybe you would have Mika van Berkel a bit more focused. Like if it was like 8-2 or 7-1, then how do you call it? A comeback was needed, and that would motivate him a bit more.
5-2
5-2
is
is still manageable until 11 is
Sure.
manageable. Winner break, you know, it's
Still,
it's
you're-
really manageable.
Yeah, locking the 6 pretty shot here from Mika. Drawing
Yep.
into the 6, opening it up. And he should be out here. And this 9 ball, 6-2 for the terrace already filling with folks trying to catch the match. Yeah, valid break, but yeah, I don't think he sees the 2 to pocket it for sure. And based on his reaction, he's maybe to hit the 2 full or just the right side of it.
Maybe a thin cut and try to put the block of 8, 9, and 5, put it into play. Oh, he could see a full.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still the same thing, just went the other way. I think he sees the 2 ball. I think.
Yeah, I don't think he sees it, but
think he
the
sees it.
kick shot. Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Man, what a mistake if he does. Wow, it does look like he does.
Nah.
Yeah. But the safety was pretty tough, actually. It looks like
Nah,
he had to stick it to the 8-9.
judge. No, he didn't judge it. He's
Yeah.
not
He didn't
in
judge
the
it
zone.
well.
He's not in the zone. He
Oh, for
rushes. He wants maybe a couple of free racks from Mika. I mean, Van Berkel wants some free racks from Immonen, and then he wants to
it's
put some
definitely-
pressure, you know, because he's afraid if he concentrates from now, he will have like no more energy for the end of the set. So
Yeah,
he just
he
wants
needs,
to
a few
few
cleaner racks,
free
not
racks,
a
you know,
tough
yeah,
shot
yeah,
like
yeah.
this one.
Maybe some
kick
mistakes
shot.
from Mika and
Yeah.
some free racks. Yeah.
He's just not in that mood to maybe think the kick shot like perfectly or try to really figure it out, since he's not in the zone, like you said. But this guy is, and you know him very well. He's been around for it since we were probably children playing this game at a top level. Yep. Mika will probably try to just drag a bit center table. Yep, he opted to go 2 rails. Yeah, clean stroking for Mika Immonen, looking very good this match.
Yep. One
It's
more
gonna
minute
be
to the match.
7-2. Yeah, nice break here. Very good break from Mika. But does he see this one? He does. Oh wow. Very nice intention. Could have worked out much better for sure. So he opted to play safe. It was an easy safety here for a player like Mika. Good hit from the teenager. He's not gonna be able to also get value and save Immonen. But this is not a gimme, it's pretty straight. Might have to force it a bit with a draw. Yeah, this is gonna be... Oh wow. What a shot from Mika Immonen. Just a clean stroke. He didn't really like force it that much, like just trusting his stroke, hitting the cue ball as slow as possible. Yeah, might draw for the side now. Good shot. Yeah, from what I've seen this edition at least, Mika's looking in his best shape in this match, and what a time to do just that. In the single elimination, last 32, looking to qualify for the last day. So Mika with this 9-ball to go 8-2. chance here for Van Berkel after the dry break from Immonen.
Just said hello to Christos, Papa Giorgio, one of my good friends. Shout out to him. Oh my God, Belgium just scored.
Yeah?
1-0, second minute.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so the kid just can get a roll in his favor. Yep. I think saw that. Let's see, what is he hoping for? So the kid's 8-2 down. So this is a bit of a moment in which you would like to maybe start putting a bit of pressure on Immonen. So
Yeah.
like this is the moment in which you say, okay, no more fooling around. I need to
sure.
put some racks on the table.
Yeah,
You know,
it's,
so
it's definitely his last chance, I would assume. If he
yeah, no, it's not his last chance, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
the moment in which it would feel really nice to maybe put up some racks. You know, like maybe
Yeah.
8-5, 8-6, get into it. Then maybe have a bit of a scrappy game.
Yeah, what I mean, if it goes 9-2, 10-2 already, you know, it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's kind of gone. Yeah, every rack lost from Van Berkel from this
Yeah.
point, it actually makes Immonen, you know, really prepared to win. Okay, so we're looking at the 6-ball. The 6-ball, quite a bit of angle from the purple to the green. The thing is, the amount of angle that he has will... Okay, really nice position shot.
pretty good shot.
Yeah, the 6-ball is far enough from the side pocket so that he can maybe punch the cue ball away from that cushion and come back down with a bit of an arch of the cue ball, just to come back between the 7 and the 9. Oh, he forgot to spin the ball.
Yeah.
But I think
No.
he's lucky. You
He
think
can see it, but not
he
at the...
just punched it, but we forgot to maybe lower the tip or the arm.
Yeah, he almost like stunned it instead of drawing it a bit, you know, as well.
Yeah, such. You see, this is the maybe bit of lack of experience in which. Oh, he made it, and he got shape at the 8-ball. Nice, good.
Very good shot. Really didn't feel like it went.
Yep, and
Good.
nice position from 8 to 9. Yeah. So, maybe potting this 9-ball. Yep, with a bit nice screw back on the 9-ball.
Yep, it's gonna be 8-3.
It is 8-3.
One is gonna kind of like run with this so far. By the way, this played out. Yeah, but this is a good start.
Ooh, a nice
Towards,
break. So the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all have designated pockets. You have you just okay, maybe from 5 to the 6 you can choose to pocket the 6 in the corner. If you don't fancy the 6 in the side, but I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to pocket the 6 in the side with a bit of angle so that you just ran the cue ball across the table. Until then, just stop, and a decent angle on the 7. Ooh, I think he did.
It's fine.
Why did he draw it that much? Like, he could have just stopped it there and...
Because he wants to be straighter to play the 5 in the
Yeah,
corner.
but when you play it from that angle, you need to add a bit of draw when controlling the position play. Whilst if you've left it a bit lower, the cue ball, you see the draw, he punched it. and he needed position play. Whilst if you would have let it just a bit lower, you just could have thin the four ball into the pocket and assure that you have a position without punching the ball. Punching the ball, it's a bit trickier than just flowing the cue ball. In terms of position, it's harder to gain position with the punch ball. But yeah.
Yep, looking to put his second frame in a row on the board.
Nice. Yeah. With a break and run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a nice break. Some nice shots.
He can start to believe now he can do this. And maybe like you said, we can have a closer match.
Yeah. I mean, we want. Yeah. So 8-4. 8-4 with a bit of a comeback. This match reserve us maybe a close battle, maybe not, who knows.
Yeah, this break is gonna be important on the road.
Where's the cue ball going? Sure. Oh, and the 2, does the 2 pass the 8? Yes.
Yeah, he does.
Oh wow, this guy knows how to break. I think this is an easier layout than the other one.
One of the best layouts
yeah.
we've seen today.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, yep.
Not much.
Yeah, not much anything. Like you can actually just play one-handed or something. It's really, really nice.
It does look, if you really go to the table, you can get in trouble.
How can How can you get in trouble from there? Wow, wow. I think even him was surprised of the layout.
Yeah, a bit of a pacey.
Oof, that's so sad. Now you have to take into consideration the green 6 ball. You have to negotiate it while pocketing the 3 ball. Nice shot. Nice shot. Okay, recovered.
A bit better.
He recovered. He likes punching the ball. He's not afraid of punching the balls. I see. It's okay. He's in control. But I think like punching the balls will somehow
on the long run, huh?
No, it's not. It's not true. No, the thing is, the punching the ball, I think at some point will limit you, into evolving, into progressing. I mean, at junior levels, yeah, sure, it's like way.
Surely you need to add some finesse.
Exactly, like those are the moments in which you see experience. The moment in which you recognize angles, patterns, and you need nothing more of you don't need any type of punching the balls, because also punching the ball makes the pocket smaller.
Cue power is pretty important. You sometimes do need to punch
of course, but you would never construct your game around punching the balls.
Like you're not gonna want to get on balls to punch them.
Of course, you need to leave angle. You need to have that sweet stroke. You need to leave that.
So far, your tip of a comeback.
So as I said, Al-Kaidi, Mr. Al-Kaidi. So I see Mr. van Berkel. Oh, ooh, we nearly had our golden break.
Yeah.
Yep. Instead, we have
a dry one.
Really dry and open table with a possibility of a quick 3-9.
Oh yeah, this is looking a bit disastrous for Van Berkel.
Yeah, let's see. The 3-9 is not a gimme. It's not easy, but not a given. So Mika would prefer getting really close to the tree and maybe in a really straight line. Okay, nice. Using the rail, you see, because using the rail, like just touching the rail really close to the middle pocket, really ensures you for a nice angle for the 3-9.
And
Christos Papageorgios 3-0 against Daniel Candy, the Candy Boy. What happened? what happened on the stream, guys? Can you let me know? Oh my god. I mean, why is Van Berkel breaking?
Is that what happened? Yeah. What happened there?
What happened? I don't understand.
Why did he break? I think Mika just looked on the left side when he came to the table. Like maybe got informed that he should have broken. I don't know.
Let's see.
Then you know it's also an important because
So 5-9.
he just scratched.
Oh no! I think I know what happened. Mika just touched with the tip at the break the cue ball, so he had given Van Berkel the cue ball in hand, and Mika Van Berkel refused to play that cue ball behind the pack. You know, so Immonen fouled at the break, and Van Berkel refused to play that. And guess what? He shot the break and he scratched
because he didn't play for safe.
Because he didn't play for three fouls.
Wow.
Yeah, ain't that a pull god? Isn't that a pull god thing?
Well, he did play with karma there.
Yeah. Why would you not go on 3 fouls? I mean, the amount of respect to the legend, I guess. He's paying his respect.
Yeah.
Also,
This might be the story of the match if
also
Immonen
Mr.
wins.
Immonen, so fair play. I mean, you wouldn't expect less from him,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Touching the cue ball at the break, pretty much, you know, like
his
calling his own foul. But also at this level, when you do that at the break, like you feel that you've given up the match, right? I mean, the guys, they can like so easily glue you, stick you to the pack and stuff like that. So
and Van Berkel back at the table.
Van Berkel back at the table. So this
After
is
the missed 3,
yeah, this is an interesting frame, a scrappy frame. Both of them are showing a bit of blood. So the other one would really be interested in winning this rack, because it will sting a bit to the other. And a nice carom from Mika to take the frame away from me. Bulgarian guys, I don't know exactly which one, because I think they didn't finish the loser qualification round. It's between Mario Valchev and Spasian Spasov. So Oliver Sholnoki at the TV table. World Pool Champion, semi-finalist, World Cup of Pool quarter-finalist, top 10 easily a couple years ago. Fargo, I think 800 plus. So yeah, just get ready. What a story we had. Oh my god, what's happening?
The miss on the 2 wasn't the easiest of shots.
Yeah, but you give up open table to a fuming Mika Immonen that loses the rack.
Yeah.
You know, after fouling at the break and missing a ball, like you punish him, then you have a fuming Mika Immonen. So how could you just like miss? Oh my god, what happened there?
Wobbled a bit, the 2.
Did that just? Was that a foul? I think.
I don't think
Can I like?
But we came up so short for the 3.
Of course it wasn't, because like Mika would recognize for sure. But
he came so short on the 3.
But
I don't know
no, as in.
Oh, he miscued and jumped.
He miscued, but
I didn't see it.
You see what I mean? The ref used to call a foul on that.
No, I don't think that's a foul. If you don't make double contact, that's not a foul.
It's not double contact. It's the fact that the cue ball climbs on the part of the shaft that it's not the tip. Mr. Balash, the international referee, we have him here. Can you please give your tell on this specific shot that happened at the table? So Mika Immonen went and played this shot. Was this a foul? he miscued, and the cue ball, I think, almost climbed on the cue shaft of him.
If he doesn't climb on the cue shaft, because I don't see it well, it's not a foul. It can be a kick. Sometimes if you
Look at the replay.
You need double contact.
So we have
right?
Mr. Alexandru Balázs, international referee. What do you think? Was it or not? It's a take. We cannot change it now. It's past that moment. Yeah.
Now it cannot pass. 80%. It looks like it clamble on the shaft, but can also happen to be like a miscue from the tip. The tip is become hard because of the condition in the room. And
it hardens a bit.
And if he leveled the cue, then he almost jumped it. We all know that it can happen to jump it.
Yeah. Also with new tips.
Look at this. Wow.
So it's a bit of a pull god here again. The pull gods make their thing. Yeah. So there it is, guys. So you can replay. You can see the shot. So we have our.
You're too close, you cannot see it as a player. So that's why you need to have the referees.
Nice. Okay. Thank you for
Alex.
your take. Alexandru Balázs. Again, international referee. He refereed the finals in the World Olympic Games of billiards in the World Games. Yep, he was there. EPBF international referee, also internationally renowned. Yeah, that's what we saw. That's what we thought as well. Like if it was a foul, Mika would have called it.
I just don't know guys taking fouls on this type of shots.
Yeah,
Nobody's
also
calling a foul if it's not two contact. That's why I said,
maybe he waited. He would have waited for a referee to call a foul on him because he was also calling a foul on him twice. You know, so at some point you're like, okay, why do we have referees here or stuff like that? You know. Yeah. But as we saw, Mr. Balázs was helping with another moment. We have zone referees, so there's not always a referee at the table. We do have replays and everything. So if the opponent in the person of Mika van Berkel was oh my God, that's another miscue.
Mika is really
I think
starting to
stuff is happening. 9-7. So you see, if you go too much in front, then you give some non-wanted
you might give
pressure on yourself, and you will put something in your
frames has been pretty shaky from Immonen.
This is such a nice experience. Thank you IDM and Mezz Bucharest Open to let me gather this experience and view this live and commentate on these matches.
What a shot
It's
here.
amazing.
Pretty good shot.
Yep. I think he took away the one cushion escape. He must say it or something. Can you go underneath the tree, you think?
He can go underneath for sure.
Yeah. Such a weird match, I think. Like, you have to give the benefit of the doubt.
Look at this.
I think nah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you have to give the benefit of the doubt. And of course he miscued. We saw on the replay. I've zoomed in like 5 times on the shot. It was a miscue, 100%. It's just that how can you tell like when it climbs enough?
You cannot tell. It's
like,
not a foul.
Nah, I think you should be pretty straight with this type of shot. Like it's either a foul or not. Like as a referee, you know, you either always give a foul or not, because when you're a young kid, maybe some of the local bar guys, you know, not pros like the amateurs, they, you know, remember the guys at the bar that jump with the cues under the cue ball. So you wouldn't want that because you know that's a foul, right?
But not all those shots are, you know, those are some are double
so
hits.
You think it's
some are double hits.
There's no double hit there.
You don't think
no, it's 0 double hits. It's just the
I don't see it happening being called.
It's the cue ball. So you do like that, and the cue ball climbs on the shaft, you know?
I know what
so
you
that's
mean.
the foul actually. So yeah. I don't know what's the intensity in which some of them are fouls, some not. For me, it's either all the time it's a foul or all the time is not a foul.
I think
You
like
know?
most guys don't play that as a foul.
No, because
Mm.
I've been
You know,
to
you do like in here in Bucharest, we don't really call that a foul.
well, that's the thing, because there are different rules.
For sure.
You know, because if you like do that analysis like Dr. Dave is doing and stuff like that, then you will understand that it climbs the shaft. So it's actually by the book it's called a foul, yeah, because you're not allowed to touch anything on the table except with the tip and the cue ball. So you're only allowed to touch the cue ball with the tip. That's the only thing that the balls can be touched with. Okay, so it's not.
So if I use the butt of the cue,
Wow, what a shot from Mika! Nice shot, man.
so if I use the butt of the cue, you're saying that I'm not allowed to use the butt of the cue?
No,
I'm
no,
just
no. I'm
saying in
serious. I'm
theory.
serious. I'm serious. So, yeah. So it's called a scoop. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is. So that's what I'm saying. At some level of intensity, it is the side of the tip. Especially if you have like a new tip which has lots of meat, how we call it, on it.
But how
you know?
can you differentiate that? Is it the thin lines?
I think it's
There
the
are
amount
thin lines.
of I think it's the amount of height that the white ball jumps. You know.
Yeah, but how? Where you say it's 5 centimeters, okay, but over it's not. And what if it's close
Well,
to 5?
that's. I think
you know?
if there was empirical data that tells us, they would have already say it to us. You know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, foul from Mika van Berkel.
yeah, we're gonna see Mika trying to get on the hill.
Yeah,
here.
true. So that's what I'm saying about the most miscues. I don't know how to judge them. I mean, I really wish not to judge a miscue as a foul, because obviously it will get into players' brain and they will be feared of them, and that will reduce the quality of the play. But on the other hand, like, would you really want that not to be a foul? Because at some point maybe you would fancy the jump like that way, so you can use it in your advantage. So maybe it will become a loop in the rule book, and we don't want that. We don't want to endorse that. So I don't know. Give your take on that. At how do you differentiate like the way that's a foul or not? For sure, there are shots that are not a foul, and for sure there are scoops that are fouls. So there's extremes that for sure they argues the both ways. Yeah, like we have evidence, empirical evidence. There's no question about it. But how do you find the margin? How do you settle that? It's a good question. Maybe we can have like a debate on that at some point, like the pool world, not necessarily this time. You know, it's been a long question that I had. Industry. When you use the term usually, a legal jump shot is played by elevating the cue stick. When you introduce the term usually, it's kind of sketchy. You know what I mean? Like it's really clear that you don't have like you don't have like a really settle. You don't want to settle that argument. You want to leave it a bit of interpretation for the referees, and ambiguous and filled with loopholes. I mean, I'm not that type of guy. I really don't want loopholes. I really want to endorse having a good time at pools. I don't want to be like 100% strict or deny the good times at pool, but you really don't want to have that kind of loopholes. And WPA, I don't know, has some interesting ones that might maybe be corrected in time because of the amount of pool and streamed pool that we'll be watching and playing and commentate. So maybe that will self-correctate in time. But if you go on the other set of rules, the how do you call it? Not the APA, the EPBF match room, blah blah blah.
WPA.
Yeah, I think over there you'll find out that. But that's different because when you play a break shot, you kind of play a jump shot into the table, so you do not elevate the same plan
Not
with the
touching
cue.
the ferrule or shaft.
No, it's different because you're not playing a level cue break shot. You're playing a bit into the table, so actually it's not called a break shot. It's a break projection of the cue ball into the one ball, so it leaves the area, the surface area, but in a jump type of way. which is not predetermined by touching the ferrule, is predetermined by shooting the shot into the cloth. So yeah, you can it'll make us it's interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Looking to go 10-8. Mika van Berkel to pull one back. Needs all the next 3 racks to qualify for tomorrow.
Ooh, the 8-ball almost want to get out of that pocket, if you saw.
No, I didn't. I like just from rolling inside the pocket, huh?
Billiard Network tries to give you the best conditions. I hate to say it, but I have to go back to that subject again. You also look, at the way the cue ball changed its angle of deflection after the contact with the cue ball. You know, because sometimes it can generate some impossible angles. Like, okay, you jump over the cue ball with a miscue, yeah, but then how can you go into some certain directions, you know? Like, of course you're not playing a deliberate miscue. No one plays that. It's insane. Like, you wouldn't want, like, no one in a million years is going to play that. But I'm just asking, like, is it, like, do the balls remember that? I mean, maybe you create some action that was never possible, you know? So how do you judge that as a miscue? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say intention and just, you know, I'm not. Usually, I don't think they're.
Yeah,
called.
we're gonna let the guys decide. Maybe we're gonna make a poll in the future, and we're gonna see what's the pool world's take and opinion on that. So yeah, back to the match. Oh, so he did think that not all miscue jumps are fouls. Yeah.
I don't think either.
Mm-hmm. Nice shot, Mika. Nice, really nice shot. What a nice, mature shot. Nice. Also, do you know that there is a purpose miscue that you can play?
If
like
you
when
jump it, but
no. When the balls are close and close to the cushion, and you put the cue like really close to the cue ball, and then you drag it, you raise it up, and you intentionally play like a miscue.
Oh, I know that one.
You know? Yeah, like you put the tip next to the cue ball, and you raise the tip, and you barely touch the cue ball.
I think people find it after at least 1 year, find that shot.
Yeah. You just raise a little bit of the cue ball and like play an intentionally miscue, but you just try to create less motion and stuff.
And don't make a foul, the double contact.
Yeah,
double
because
kiss.
you don't have time to retract the cue ball, so you move to the side with the cue ball and just try to slightly raise the cue ball so that it just the cue stick. The cue stick. Yeah, I think it's from the snooker world. I think they play that a bit. Yeah. Because sometimes they miscue that very bad and they fail to hit
and
the
they
shot.
don't need to hit cushions.
Also remember that sometimes they do not actually they hit the white ball, but it doesn't reach
the red.
It doesn't reach the red. It's like too much of a miscue, but they don't call it a foul over there. And also the tip of the cue of the snooker cue world is way less than the tip of the billiards
and because you don't have to hit a cushion in snooker, that situation basically happens a lot more than in pool.
Yeah.
So Van Berkel, after starting this match pretty much very shaky, he's really came pretty close. He can go just one rack back after being like 9-3 down, you know.
I think it's the same principle. I think it's the same rules in snooker and as us. Like, and we're not allowed to touch the ball with anything other than the tip. Yeah. Anyways, Mika van Berkel, you little guy, you trying to become a big guy and take Mika's underwear? nickname, sorry. Sorry guys, I'm being distracted. 1 second. So the score, yeah. Sorry, we've been caught up with some logistic stuffs around here. Yep. And we've been caught up with Mr. van Berkel's comeback. So 10-8, and I'm gonna update the score directly to 10-9. Yep.
Zielinski's being trailed by Laskovsky 7-6. Your tip for this year's edition.
Oh my God,
got a
Denis
tough match.
Laskovsky. Yeah, they're playing right next to us. I've seen Denis. He has rhythm again, so maybe that's good. You know who did Denis Laskovsky play before this? He won against Fan,
Niels.
right? Oh my
Against
God!
Niels, yeah.
You know, to beat Fan and then get drawn directly to Zielinski. Ugh.
Babkin also is
Ugh.
5-4 against Nadeberg. the
Nadeberg,
18-year-old.
yeah, that's a good one.
Petroni 6-5 against Shields.
See other Romanians.
Surda didn't start it, so it's just Surda and Babkin so far.
So far, so good. So from this side,
Ladani, what happened?
Where is-
his last match?
so Surda is playing Walter Laikre, and he will start soon. Also, we have no, we don't have. Oh, Gundak lost. Okay, and Ladani lost to David Weisman. Oh my God, he was leading. Yep.
Yeah, so tomorrow we start on
Let's go back to the
11.
man. We have a really nice match on in here.
Yeah,
Thanks to
for sure.
thanks to
Thanks
to
to
the
the
like
18-year-old.
of Mika van Berkel, and we're neglecting so much of him. Let's give him the credit where it's due.
Yeah, for sure. He basically
Gives us a
came back
nice-
from a very. It was 8-2, 9-3. Like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, 5-1.
yep.
Never understood the Iceman nickname for Mika. He's one of the most fiery guys in the game. The Iceman versus the Ice Cube. Guys, come on. Stop it. we need to be professional here, please.
Iceman or Hothead. Yeah. Alright, so Immonen trying to squeeze this match after leading big. Just one frame up now. Key shot for Berkel. Okay,
Nice.
that went, and he hit at pace. Didn't think. Thought it was a bit more angled. What a chance here for Burle to really make probably the biggest comeback of the tournament.
And what a nice achievement to add to your CV, you know, to come back and turn around Mika Immonen on the TV table with proof. People will believe you. He was 9-3, 8-1,
Yeah, this will be a nice clearance and what an ending. This will be Hill after being 8-2 up. Mika Immonen. Eight two 9-3 was.
That's a sign. So I just mistakenly pressed the mouse twice, and it just pressed 2 times on Mika van Berkel's score and made it 11-10. If that is not a sign, I don't know which one is it.
Well, the first click, it's correct,
Yep.
apparently. So let's see if you were right about the second one as well.
Yeah. Let's not jinx the guy, though. Ooh. Spin it. Spin it. Spin it.
Oh, too bad.
Spin it. Oh my god.
Should be fine though. Although this is always tricky. Can be missed.
Commentator's curse.
Can be missed.
Why would he have to be in this situation when he had such a nice easy? The brave of the youth. Oh my god, we have a decisive and a comeback. So the Mika nickname is on the table, up a 10 out of 10. Race to 11, the decisive game. Wow, that's a nice break with, as always,
No shot.
drama. The decisive game
Rarely
drama.
the decider is an easy table.
Yep. How many times have we seen that, like, over and over again? When you come to the table and you just, you know, yep.
Yeah, big questions. Do you try to kick or do you push out? Kick is I'm not
The
sure if I
drama.
will kick at this. I'll still maybe push. Give him an edge of the two.
Yeah, but with that edge given, you need to give him also a bit of the white ball, because if you push out and you need to
Yeah.
give only this edge of the two, then you will most likely scratch.
And
so
get it back.
you will get it back, yeah. So yeah, interesting situation. Maybe pushing out around the 7 ball, it would be a shout, so that you have like the right side of the two, maybe cross banking the two on the middle of the table. He opted, yeah. So he gave,
Yeah, smart.
yeah, he gave both the side of the two and the cue ball.
Maybe too much space because he's close enough now that he
can-
can really hide the cue ball
Yeah,
pretty
he can.
easily.
I don't know if really easily, but I think he can. He can really use the 5-6 wall of balls over there. Maybe even the 9 will come into play. We'll see. We'll see.
Put a bit of right hand spin as well.
Yeah, because only if, like, even if you glue the cue ball to the rail, like let's say around here.
Yeah. Try to drew, but yeah, I guess pool gods not allowing us.
Yeah. He did try to hide it though. Let's see. So he came back to the table. Now he has an open shot to the 2 and an open table. So the amount of pressure must be unreal. Facing the other Mika. Battling for the surname. For the nickname. The real Mika. I bet they're gonna exchange Twitter nicknames, and they're gonna have, one of them is gonna be the real Mika and the other one is gonna be not real, that real Mika.
I think they're their own Mika, each of his own. So yeah, wow, what a missed safety opportunity here to lock Immonen down. Man, this is gonna be interesting to see how Immonen reacts.
I think he must clear the table here.
Yeah, he's already like a bit of a slower pace. He's really like trying to make sure he's pretty focused here. This is gonna be the shot, the key shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is gonna work well. I think he feathered it too
Nope.
much. He wanted to go in between 4-9, right?
Yep, yep. Maybe even stop before in the same side with the tree, so that he would have avoided the whole traffic. The 5, 6, 9 is such a big wall of balls over there. He needs to somehow manipulate and work out a path between those balls and get to the 4 ball. So I really don't know.
I think he's fine here.
Where do you go?
To the side pocket where the 3 plays.
Yeah, but it's such a narrow margin for the cue ball to go under the 4,
No,
the
he
5.
went
Oh,
for
he
the
did. Wow,
other,
what a shot.
side
What a
pocket.
shot. How much confidence to have to play this shot effortlessly.
Yeah.
Nice. Really nice. Well done, Mika.
So I think this was could be the winning shot. I don't want to jinx it. So Immonen with a job to just connect the dots after resolving the tougher part of this deciding rack. Man, what a chance for Van Berkel. You must feel it for him coming back to the cider frame, you know.
Yeah, he should only get the positives
For
out
sure.
of this.
Absolutely.
And gather it as experience. He should take the good, the best. He had Mika in his hand. He turned him around.
He's probably not gonna take it like that for the first 10, 30 minutes, maybe an
Of course,
hour.
he should learn from Ruslan Popescu,
Oh yeah.
a true gentleman of the game.
The guy said to me that he just gives himself 5 to 30 seconds to be maybe a bit angry on himself.
Oh, wait a bit. We might have a bit of drama.
You think on this 9?
I think that the side pockets will have a bit of a say. I don't think he's gonna miss, but
Yeah.
yeah,
The applause
middle
is
of the
given
pocket.
away.
Middle of the pocket. Sorry,
And
sorry for Mika.
Immonen
Immonen
with
retains the
win.
title of Mika one more time. He's still the Mika, the real Mika.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're gonna be back with the last match of the day. On
Of Oliver
TV
Solnocki. Wait
table.
up for Oliver Solnocki, guys. Ooh, until then, let's take a bit of a look at Joshua Fella playing Chan Salim. Actually being led by Chan Salim, so there's my code.